Hi.
I'm Charlotte Putnam, and I'm here for some help, I think.
Okay. We're the development office, and we'd like to help you, but we're going to need to know some information.
Okay, I'm thinking what I'd like to do is I want to build another house on my property, but I don't know how to go about doing it and if it's even feasible.
Well, you're in the right place.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
The first question I'm going to need to know, though, is what is the address of your property?
I live at 226 Pitt Street.
Okay. Well, 226 Pitt Street, I need to find out what zoning it is. And right here you see upside down for you, is a zoning map, and it has different colors.
Okay.
And this nice beige color is known as residential A. And Pitt Street is right on this map in this area, and it's zoned residential A.
Oh, that's good.
And what that means is, in general, it allows for single-family and residential homes. The minimum lot size is 30,000 square feet, and there's certain setbacks and frontage requirements, such as 150 feet frontage, 40-foot front setback, 30-foot rear setback, and 10-foot side setbacks. But before we go into anything else, I would need to know if you have any kind of drawing or anything of the property, so I can find out what's on the property and tell you if you can build on it a little bit more.
Yep, very, very good. Yeah, I have this. I have a drawing you had made the suggestion of.
Okay.
And then I also have, I guess it's part of the deed or something like that. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Well, here we have, this isn't a deed, but it's as good as a deed because what it shows is in some mortgage document, and the mortgage document gives the name of the person who owns the property, and in the document it gives information that's pertinent to this office. It has a legal description which describes the property, which says that there's buildings on this property right now, and it gives me the meets and bounds and the area of the property, and also refers to a plan that was recorded regarding the plan back several years ago. So this is a very good start, and I'll look at the plan because you have a sketch here of a plan that someone's drawn up, and I can see from this plan that there's a house and 2 barns on it, and there's roughly, based on the records that we have, I pulled the record from the assessors, and you roughly have 8 acres of land, which means you would have ample room, if everything goes well, for at least one more house.
Well, that's great. That's great. Because I wanted to build this for my son, so that when he gets married, he'll have a place to live.
Well, it's very thoughtful. But we need to know, though, besides the barn and the building, for example, questions like what's in this property? Is there wetlands on the property? Are there streams on the property? Are there any hills or anything that would stop you from building on parts of the lot?
What do I have to do? You know, is there something special that I need to do to prove that? Do you need to come out and visit the property?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring out the conservation expert who's going to look at your property and tell you about wetlands.
Okay.
Selby, can you come here for a minute?
Sure. Did somebody say wetlands?
Yes, we did. I have taken the liberty of printing out a map that shows a wetland line. Can you explain to Charlotte here what wetland line means on her property?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Selby. I'm the conservation
Hi,
agent.
I'm Charlotte Putnam.
Hi, nice to meet you, Ms. Putnam. Just gathered I could hear a little bit of your conversation with
Yeah.
Steve while I was back in my office, and it sounds like you've got a roughly 8-acre parcel of land,
I do.
and you're looking to subdivide.
Yes, I am.
One of the things that you're going to want to take into consideration when you're looking at whether or not it's feasible to subdivide your land is the amount of wetlands that you have on your property. I took the liberty to print out a map. We have some information that's available to us on our geographic information system that gives us an approximation of the amount of wetlands that are on each parcel of land throughout the town. I took the liberty to create a quick little map that shows your house and your barns and your pool here. It also shows an approximation of where the wetland line is. So it looks to me like on your 8-acre parcel, you've got a significant amount of wetlands on the parcel. Now what that means is you won't be able to touch any of those wetlands. You have to stay about 25 feet away from those wetlands when you're thinking about putting a new house on your property.
Okay.
But it looks like that the frontage that you have, your street frontage, looks to be all high and dry. So it looks like it's going to be fairly easy to carve out a lot for you that's large enough to accommodate an additional house. And you can do that on your parcel with, while staying away from the sensitive wetland areas.
Okay. Now, how do I know about
Could
this?
you want to explain to Ms.
Putnam?
Ms. Putnam the issue of you may need to file if you build within 100 feet of that well?
That's right.
true.
The Conservation Commission, every town in the state of Massachusetts has a Conservation Commission. And this commission is responsible for approving any development within 100 feet of a wetland, or a larger area if they happen to have a local bylaw that gives them a larger review area. In our town, the commission, which is made up of a very able-bodied group of 7 people, many of whom work in the environmental profession already. These people review any plans for any development within 100 feet of a wetland. So if the house that you want to build for your son is going to be within 100 feet of the wetland, then you will have to file what is known as a notice of intent. It's an application that someone would help you put together. Generally, a wetland scientist will go out and delineate the parcel of land. They'll delineate the wetlands that are on the land. They'll hang up little flags showing us where the wetlands are. Then a surveyor will come along and they'll create a survey map of your parcel. So then we'll be able to see where the house is, where the barns are, where your pool is, and where the wetland lines are in relation to the street and your property boundaries. Then if when you're carving out that additional parcel, if you're going to be building within 100 feet of the wetland, then you would file a notice of intent, come before the Conservation Commission, and we would issue a permit, which is known as an order of conditions, and that permit is what would allow you to build.
Do you by any chance have a list of people that I could contact, potentially to hire, obviously, to do?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I have a list of several wetland scientists and engineering firms that we work with on a regular basis around town. Most of them are fairly local.
I like to give business to our local people. So, okay, so that's the next thing I have to do, is that what you're saying at this point?
Related to this is whether you have municipal water and ability to connect to a sewer system. And in a minute, I'll explain both. Thank you, Sylvia.
Okay.